Alright, I'm just going to save y'all a lot of fluff. There's a lot of clips that I recorded prior to this, but I'm not going to upload it. I'm just going to get straight into it. So, I am working on 2 businesses because since I was laid off in 2023, no one really wants to hire me full time. And I don't know why, because I'm a very hard worker. I've worked a few contracts. Let's, before we get into the real, let's talk about what led up to this moment, right? Laid off August 2023. Then fast forward 2024, worked with an agency on a campaign. Honestly, I am appreciative of that opportunity. I just believe in my experience that they did not set me up for success for that campaign. And in a sense, and what I mean by that, we was working with a client, and the client product was a premium product. However, my job was to get lower end customers or lower end businesses to have buy-in for this premium product. It wasn't the correct target audience for it. So that's why I feel like they wasn't setting me up for success, because the leads that I had to get to sign on, they was not the target audience at all. I mean, I say at all because they fit into the demographics in a sense, but the buyers wasn't the target audience for that brand. And it just is what it is. And since then, I haven't worked with that agency, which is unfortunate because they do a lot of great things. I just feel like that opportunity and that project and that specific client, I just wasn't set up for success. Like, I just was not. It is what it is. After that, I went on to work 2 contracts. The first contract was cool. It was project management for a client, and that experience, for the most part, it was pretty cool, pretty straightforward. Did have one situation with a fellow leader on the team, I should say. I don't want to say colleague because she was above me. I, in a sense, reported to her. But other than that, it's like water under a bridge. But I will say she primarily was the reason why they wanted to extend my contract, and I kind of was like, nah, 6 months, I'm out. Which I realized, never let somebody get in front of, like, come in between you and your paper, but she kind of made it miserable, me working with her. Like, it just, once you play with my livelihood and try to get me fired because I am not a yes woman, I just, and then after that, fast forward, I had another contract. And when I say in these particular contracts, I got through recruitment agencies or recruitment firms, right? Or hiring firms. The second contract that I got, then that was this year, 2025. Long story short, it ended within 1 month, 2 months. It was supposed to be 4 to 6 months. And they end up telling me that, end up sending an email, hey, we ran out of budget, which was a complete lie, but whatever. So we're here. Well, there's other things that I'm leaving out, but needless to say, even though I keep wanting a full job, it's been 10 years. Like, it's been over 2 years since I've last fully, been employed, like directly employed. Now I will say my businesses that I've been working on ever since I was laid off. Now these businesses, I'll say one is an agency, a marketing and events agency. And the other one is more so like productivity, lifestyle, business, right? Self-improvement, productivity, lifestyle, business that I'm having to, start right here. And I just have goals of it growing. And, I really didn't want to say the names, but why not? Well, yeah. I say the names. Why not at this point? Relay Marketing is my agency, right? And I'm so thankful. Like, I'm my first client on retainer. Now, I will say I actually started it back when I still had my full-time job. So started or first got my LLC back in 2022, I believe. 2022, 2021. And then after the layoff, I just kind of from everything, which is my mistake. I shouldn't have just flatlined on everything. I should have like took that momentum that I had and kept going. But you live and learn. Relay marketing, that was the first company. And then last year I started Epic Entries, which is the productivity company. Now with Epic Entries and relay marketing, like I said, I kind of flatlined. And with Epic Entries, let's get to the point of this video. Epic Entries, no, relay marketing, I let my LLC go. I let it forfeit, or I don't know, I let it dissolve or something. Not dissolve, but basically I wasn't taking care of the business paperwork. And then with Epic Entries, I was like, oh, I don't have no income coming in. I want to, operate this business correctly, because this is physical products. So when you're selling physical products and you got to pay taxes, that's different when you're providing, a service, and the taxes, technically come out of your service fees. So I end up this year saying that, okay, I have to make sure my business paperwork is in order. So I started with, now this is how I decided to do my business for right now until, the revenue gets, up there, or I get more revenue in. I reinstated my Relay Marketing LLC because I had my first client that I had on retainer, and they were paying me to my business account, so I had to get my paperwork in order. Like, there wasn't no way around it. So I appreciate them for that, because at first this was to pay me 1099 to like my regular account, my personal account, but then I was providing my services under my business name, so they were making paychecks out to my business name. And I was like, oh, this is a sign I need to just get my business in order. So I did that, had that reinstated, and then I decided, until I started making revenue or consistent profits with the second business, Epic Entries, because it is a product, and a lot of the products like the notebooks and journals can be secondary, like can coexist with the services that I'm providing. I decided to do that as a DBA under my LLC. So I'm currently doing that until that revenue, like I thought, start to get consistent clients and consistent customers. And then the goal is to separate and form a additional LLC with Epic Entries, and that be its own LLC. But for right now, it's under the Relay Marketing brand. But like I mentioned, so far I've had one client on retainer, and I appreciate them so much. Had them on retainer since the summer, and then after the summer, like we were supposed to end in August, but then they extended their services, so now we've kind of been on project basis. They love working with me. Also, they supported, my second business, Epic Entries. They actually got some custom products. It was a service that I'm not really offering or being vocal about. Really, none of this I'm really being vocal about. It's like one of those, if you know, you know, if you don't know, you don't know. But with all that being said, it's November 12th, and I don't want to beg for a job. Like, even though I still need a job, I don't want to beg for a job. And I'm kind of at wit's end with the whole, like, I'm starting to feel humiliating with interviewing and applying and all this, knowing that I've literally been doing marketing and events for over 10 years. And my mindset is, and don't get me wrong, the things that I do in my career, I want to apply it to my businesses, right? But my businesses aren't there. The things that I do in my career takes a budget. I don't have a budget to do the type of events that I want to do and the type of marketing, like, that takes money. So I know that I have to, kind of just take it step by step and I've decided to document this process, right? Like, document it, catch y'all up to where I'm at now, which, like I said, where I'm at now is I still have the one client that I had on retainer. Now they're paying me project based. We're not necessarily on retainer anymore. It's kind of the projects that I'm doing, I'm getting paid for. Or let me say, they extended in budget. I have to finish some deliverables for them by the 15th, and then I start another project for them in December, and that'll be a 2.5 month project. I'm so grateful for them. And then I have another client, that client is more so, and I thank him for his patience because he actually was one of my very first clients in a sense. We actually talked in 2024, and I still owe him deliverables, and I thank him so much for his patience. I thank him so much for his patience, but the things where I went wrong, and this is just me in the learning of this whole process of being a business owner, entrepreneur. I don't like the word entrepreneur, but we'll get to that on another day. But where I went wrong was offering services that I don't enjoy doing. And that's what I did. That I offered services that I know how to do, but I don't enjoy doing it. And that's where I find myself at right now with these clients, these particular clients, is that I'm doing work that I do not like to do. And for him, things that I need to give him, like, I enjoy the event side of what I do, right? Like, I enjoy the planning and event side of what I do. And I'm not there yet. Like, I haven't done that for neither one of these clients. It's more so been on strategy side, and I do enjoy strategy, but it's more so been like doing stuff for social media and graphics and pitch decks. Those are things that I do not like to do, and those are the things that these clients need. But also, like I said, I offered those services to them, not realizing that I do not like doing this stuff. But because I'm a woman of my word, I got to fulfill these obligations. And like I said, with him, with that, particular client, that was, last year. Because I want to just be transparent about everything with this journey that I'm going through. There wasn't another client that I worked with earlier this year. Did not work out. I'm just going to keep it short, straight to the point. Did not work out. Was doing work for them, and a lot of the work was I was going to get paid on the back end. Long story short, I asked them could I go to an event. It was a ticketed event that wasn't local, so I had to fly to it. I asked could I have a +1. They were like, yeah. They were supposed to handle me and my +1 getting in, and when we got there, communication was just not it, and I ended up having to buy me and my +1 ticket to get in, and by the time we got in, like, the event was halfway over. So after that, it was a no-go. Like, and also knowing, had I still been with like one of the companies that I was with, in my past, that would have never happened like that. Like, it just would have been more respect. And I just felt, long story short, with that whole situation, I just felt like they didn't have no respect for me in that situation. And if they did have respect and it wasn't their intent for things to go that way, they would have reached out. They never reached out afterwards. So it just boiled down my mind. That person ain't really respect me to the level I thought they did. So I can't do business with a person like that. And fast forward, like I say, appreciate the client that I do have. I am happy that I started getting my businesses, like the paperwork, right and correct, because that was a process itself. So if you want me to do a video of what paperwork I did, what process, what the back and forth, the wrong files, like the forms, I can do that just from an experience, like me just sharing my experience, not me teaching you what to do. Because my best advice I can give when it comes down to forming your LLC, like if you're doing it on your own, like yeah, you can pay somebody to do it for you. Excuse me. If you have the resources and the money to pay somebody else to do it for you, do that. But if you got to do it on your own, it will take some time, and it will take you actually, filing the correct paperwork. And really just calling, Texas controller or the Secretary of State, like calling and emailing them and making sure you're completing, correct files. Because I, ran into some instances where I was sending the wrong forms. But like I said, that's a second or several. What am I trying to say? That's a separate video. But yeah, paperwork is good. I have one client that is doing projects for. I have the other client that I still need to give them their deliverables, because they honestly, I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. That client paid me a deposit, and because it's taken me so long giving them those deliverables, I don't even want, the rest of what I was charging. Because at this point, it's like, you wanted this, you asked, we had this conversation last year. It's a whole nother year. And I just thank him for his patience. But in regards to Epic Entries, besides the client that ordered, the custom notebooks that I created for them, I haven't made any money from that business yet. And I do have a hot lead. I will say that I do have a hot lead in a potential client that wants to business, and I'm the holdup. I don't want to say I'm the holdup, because the point of contact I need to talk to get it rolling, I keep missing him, or we keep missing each other. So I am going to email them. So that's on my to-do list. I will say, where I'm at on time. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. I will say that also, for Epic Entries, I did hire an SEO person. We're going to see how they go, because I just don't like the fact that after I hired them, like, oh, this doesn't guarantee sales, and it doesn't guarantee this, and it doesn't guarantee that. That made me feel some type of way. And then when I called it out and said, hey, you sent me this after I paid you, it was like, oh, I can send you a refund. It's pointless to send a refund, because I'm not going to get all my money back. I'm not going to get the service fee back. I'm not going to, get, the taxes. I'll only get a portion of my money back. It's not like you being able to refund me, 100% of what I just paid. No. So, first thing to see, I'm pulling it up right now so I can tell y'all, yeah. It's important to know that there is no guarantee of breaking sales in traffic and SEO, and this is a complex process that requires various components. I'm not getting it out today. Oh my gosh. I need to take a nap. So I did hire that person off Fiverr, and then I also hired an assistant. When I first, because I couldn't afford the original budget that they, or rate that they sent, because they have this much for so much. So I just sent them a list of everything that I need, and I sent them what could they do, and they kind of oh, whatever. End up telling them let's scale back, and this is the budget, what I can afford this month, and these are the things I need you to work on. Okay. Since then, they haven't really been responsive, so I'm just letting God on that. I'm not going to stress myself, because I've already my money. I'm just going to hope for the best, especially with them being on Fiverr. I would think I would have more responses from the assistant versus the SEO person, but we'll see. What I'm going to do, what I'm leaving you guys with, the next video I'm going to come on here will be about me sending the email to the hot lead for Epic Entries. Yeah, I need to send that lead. I need to start, that was one of the things I sent the assistant, like, hey, I need to start, like, I want to have you on full time, but I have to start generating revenue because this one client, technically I have two clients, but the second client, I wouldn't see any money until like brand partnerships and deals and all this other stuff. And then, like I said, with Epic Entries, I haven't had any sales, but also no one really knows about it. I made one post about, because this is also another thing that I'm doing, and we're gonna keep this conversation here on YouTube, okay? Another thing I'm doing, because I do have my brand, and it could also be me just doing too much all at one time. Me as Ash Flow or Ash with the Glow. And the Ash with the Glow, I released the Glow Within Self-Care digital bundle through Epic Entries because I don't want to be the face of my company, right? I don't want to be the face of Epic Entries. Epic Entries really was supposed to stay faceless and nameless. Really didn't want people to know that was my company. So, but through the Glow Within, I did that as a collaboration in a sense. And I'm treating it as Epic Entries isn't necessarily my company. I'm just collaborating with them. That's how I'm promoting it. So people know about the Glow Within, but even that kind of missed the mark. Like no one bought it. No one bought it, y'all. No one. And it's been out like a couple of weeks. And I think it's, some good products, but it could be the way that it's been advertised. So, because I have a lot going on, I don't really, here it goes. One, finish out my November projects, right? My November projects for my two clients. So, getting the stuff over to the client that been needing his thing since last year. Finishing out the deliverables I have for the client that I keep, getting projects from. Finish out their stuff, the things that I currently have on my plate before I start what's in the queue. And then also sending, thirdly, the email to the hot lead for Epic Entries. So, I said a lot. Those are the three things that I am going to push myself on this week because also I don't have no money in my bank account to pay my rent or my bills. So, run out of money and I gotta make some shake real quick. So, with that being said, I will catch y'all in the next video. I don't know yet if I'm gonna do these daily or weekly or what because I don't know. But what I do know is consistency. I just have to. My camera being blurry this whole time. Okay. Consistency. I just have to be consistent this whole time. I just have to continue to be consistent. There is no giving up. There is just doing this day in and day out, taking it up and just do it. Because, you gotta do it. Anywho, peace, love, and blessings. Leave any comments, advice, stories, anything. If it's in regards to Fiverr, owning your own agency, selling products, having clients, LLCs. But here's the thing: do not try to sell me anything because that's also another thing. I don't have no money. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have it right now. Okay, I'm trying to get money. I'm trying to get revenue to come in. So don't try to sell me a course. I don't have it. Don't try to want a mentor, but I can't. The mentors that want you to pay, because time is money, and I get it. I respect people, and I respect that time is money. I can't pay you to teach me something right now. I can't. You want to drop some free game in the comments? Cool, do it. I love you for it. But anywho, until next time, peace, love, and blessings.